Shohei Ohtani, Friday night, Game 4 against the Brewers. 10 strikeouts as a starting pitcher, 3 home runs to win the pennant. As the Wall Street Journal wrote in their headline, Shohei Ohtani just played what may be the greatest game of all time. Matt McCarthy, your thoughts?
Yeah, no surprise because he's the best player of all time. Period. End of story. Nobody, and I mean nobody, in the history of baseball has done what Shohei Ohtani has done. Not even Babe Ruth, who, yes, was a two-way player, but only pitched 5 games for the Yankees. Babe Ruth had like 1-2 seasons where he pitched and hit. Max. Not to mention, too, the Babe, who is obviously the most famous player in the history of baseball, played in a segregated league against a bunch of guys who managed to not get mustard gassed in the trenches of France. Like, it was forever ago. What Shohei Ohtani is doing is against the world's best, and he's doing it in a way that nobody in the history of the game, in the history of the sport, since Doubleday was running around in the fields of Cooperstown, he's doing it in a way that nobody's done it against the best of the best from the world. He's the best player in the history of the game. Period. End of story. And on top of that, because I know that take is offensive to some people, oh, what about Bonds? What about... No, sorry. Shohei Ohtani is the best player to ever take a baseball field. Period. End of story. I will take it one step further and break a Felger and Mazz commandment and go to hell for this take. I will cross sports. He is the best player in any of the 4 major sports in our lifetimes and probably ever. Because nobody in any of the 4 major sports has done anything even close to the equivalent of what this guy does. He is the best hitter in the game. He is a top 10 pitcher in the game when he is healthy. It is absurd. I'd like to see Tom Brady play middle linebacker. How many Vezinas did Wayne Gretzky or Bobby Orr have? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. He is a freak of nature. He is a god among mortals, and I am lucky to be alive at the time that Shohei Ohtani is alive.
I can't argue it. To think about it, so it's not like Brady played linebacker. John Elway never played linebacker. Jerry Rice never played corner. They're trying it with Travis Hunter. It's not working out all that great for them in Jacksonville. Finally got a touchdown yesterday. No, it's in any of the Babe Ruth stuff. We certainly weren't alive to watch him. You only read about him. It kind of reads like a fable with anything with Babe Ruth. He's like Paul Bunyan. Like, you're like, Did this stuff happen? And like he said, the competition then were like fatzos, racists, and drunks. So athletes have never been more fine-tuned than they are now. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. He's a freak. That thing Friday night is like that second home run.
Sweet Jesus.
It's yeah, I said it. I when he hit it, I was like, Jesus, like it's just freakish how hard he hits the ball. It was out of the stadium.
Yeah.
And 10 strikeouts, and it was 3 home runs? No, it's out of control. And I've said like enough with the Dodgers. He's a freak. Yeah. I wish he was on another team. But look, when he was with the Angels, it was probably bad for his brand. You didn't see him enough. I'm just Dodgers out. But I don't think the Dodgers, by the way, just as an aside, the Dodgers are bad for baseball. So after the game, the manager, Dave Roberts, said, 4 more and we'll like ruin baseball, whatever he said. I was like, that's kind of funny because people are like Dodgers out. But I don't think that they, as a whole, are bad for baseball. It's these other cheap owners that are bad for baseball. The team they beat, your Brewers. I read this morning, their starting pitcher, Freddie Peralta, who's been good for them, he's now too expensive for them, so they're going to listen to trade offers. That's what ruins baseball. The Detroit Tigers saying, like, whoa. Tariq Skubal, who's the best pitcher in baseball, might be too expensive for us, so we might have to move him. That's what's bad for baseball. Not the Dodgers, ultimately. They're too good. I'm Dodgers out. Not much like I'm Chiefs out, but I don't think they're bad for baseball. Spend the money, you cheap Fs.
Who was saying to me off the air that the Dodgers have already made their Shohei Ohtani money back?
Oh, yes. So there was a tweet from June Lee over the weekend that said, I actually have it here, they made back Shohei Ohtani's entire $700 million contract in his first season based on global marketing alone. So the return on investment has already happened. Guess what, Detroit Tigers, Cincinnati Reds, your Brewers who are like, I don't know if we can afford this guy. If you have someone that puts asses in seats, and look, you're not going to have a freak like Shohei Ohtani, but if you have, I don't know, the next Mike Trout who's maybe a little bit more marketable, or a Mookie Betts or someone like that, you can afford him if you market him correctly. This is proof of it.
He's underpaid. He's worth $1.5 billion.
You're right, actually. Yeah, I mean, this is that they have already recouped that money in his first season from global marketing. You're right. He ultimately is probably underpaid.
Is that good? He is that good. What an absolute freak of nature. I'm just in awe, in complete awe, watching this guy on a nightly basis.
And I still think he's a shady, degenerate gambler.
Oh, that makes it even better.
That got away with complete murder.
Again, better than Brady, better than Gretzky, had a better outcome in his gambling scandal with Jordan. He is doing it better than every single one of these guys. Suck on that, Michael Jordan.
I just want to get to Tommy in Milwaukee quickly. I don't want to have him hanging all day long, so we'll just get out of the way here. Go ahead, Tommy in Milwaukee.
Felger, I can't stand Brewers fans, and I'm going to tell you why. All season long, I hear about how you guys are going to win the World Series this year. We swept the Dodgers. We're better than them. And then they get waxed by the Dodgers. And I hear all about how, we never had a chance against the Dodgers. They have all this payroll, blah, blah, blah. And you all wear your Christian Yelich jerseys, and he's the biggest playoff loser. I don't know. It irritates me. I'm sorry for your loss, but the Brewers fans irritate the hell out of me.
Okay. Tommy is a Boston guy, bartender in Milwaukee. He's not a Milwaukee guy. He's a Boston guy. Poor kid. Somehow got stuck in Milwaukee, tending bar. So he's obviously no Brewer fan. The one thing I'll just say, and McCarthy's going to have more on Shohei Ohtani later on. I'll give him 2 minutes on it. I'll just tell you this as a Brewer fan, that game, the Ohtani game on Friday, which is being called nothing less than the greatest game in the history of the sport. The greatest game any baseball player has ever had. Mm-hmm. 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs to win the pennant. It's never happened. So, headline Wall Street Journal, greatest baseball game ever played. This is happening, and it just might be. So it's going to be, it's immortal.
Yeah.
It's on, does ESPN Classic even exist? But, MLB Network, ESPN Classic, whatever, your Twitter feed, your TikTok, the world, life, however you consume sports. Shohei Ohtani, 3 home run, 10 strikeouts to win the pennant. That game is immortal, and it's going to be permanent. It's going to be forever. And so if you're a Brewer fan like me, I grew up in Milwaukee, if you don't know, if you're just joining us, if you happen to be a Brewer fan, that is something that is now in my face
forever.
For the rest of my life, I will be seeing Shohei Ohtani's 3 home run, 10 strikeout game to win the pennant in what is being called the greatest individual baseball performance ever.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
It's like...
You get to be Steve Traxel, who gave up the 60-second home run to Mark McGwire. You now get to live in his shoes.
So I was just, it's like being a Cowboys fan having to watch Dwight Clark catch Joe Montana's pass in the back of the end zone.
Forever.
For the rest of your life. Now, it's not a perfect comp because the Cowboys have actually won. My team has never won, and let's face it, probably will never win. So I'm going to have to look at that for the rest of my life.
Enjoy it.
Over and over and over again.
That part's got to sting. That's not a great place to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they weren't just home runs. Those were nukes.
That second one.
Oh my God.
I've never seen balls hit like that.
Yeah. No, you've said it before. It's a perfect way to put it, Matt. He hits them with such violence. That second home run was just, you watch, Jesus. You feel bad for the ball almost.
You feel bad for a Brewer fan.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not just for Friday. It's not just now. I still feel down about it.
Eternity.
It's forever.
The rest of my life.
Die and go to hell.
That's what I'm going to be seeing. The Brewers giving up home runs and striking out to Shohei Ohtani. That's it. We are now immortal. Forget Robin Yount and Paul Mulder in 1982 and Harvey Waldbangers and whatever. That is now what you're going to be known for. Forever.